All right, we want to welcome back Raw Chef Jane into our studio kitchen. She's always coming up with these great ideas, great recipes, healthy. And this one, you actually took my input. I said, I would love for you to make like an energy bite. You know, a lot of people are doing these.
Yeah.
Because they're good and they're healthy and they're quick.
Absolutely. And I do ask you what I can make that, if you have any ideas of what you'd like to see me make or create a recipe for it. And Amy said last time, something that I can put in the freezer that the kids can take and grab, or I can grab a bite here and there, or I could have for breakfast or whatever. So I said, okay, I have to make it simple enough so that it doesn't have 10 million ingredients and I'm not dehydrating it, and I want to make it easy, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to make brownies. Now, I actually have another version of this that I made, which I will explain to you as well. But this is really simple and nutritious. Very easy to do. You can make a very large batch of it if you want. You can cut it, put it into a pan, cut it into squares if you'd like. I like to kind of roll it into some little balls to just kind of grab and bite-sized pieces, and you just, you have it when you want it.
Perfect.
And again, you can put them in the freezer, you can keep them in the fridge in an airtight container. They're not going to last long no matter what you do. I mean, this is something you're going to be making all the time because they're so good. We're dealing with very simple ingredients. All you need is a food processor. This is my small food processor. I think it's like 11 or 12 cups. My large food processor at home, I think, is 16 cups. So I can make a very large batch of pretty much anything in that.
Nice.
But so this is going to be a little bit smaller. I have about 2 cups of raw walnuts that are shelled. We don't want the shells in there, obviously. But keep in mind that you always do run the risk of having a piece of shell in any nut that you're using. So I always try to issue a warning to my guests or to people that are eating it. You always run that risk because you don't really know. I mean, I've gotten it a few times and I've not broken a tooth from that. Not necessarily. No. Sometimes you can hear it, like if you have your dates, like if you buy dates that are already pitted, sometimes a pit sneaks through. So you really have to check them. That's when you're going to hear your food processor making an odd noise, like it's trying to mix something up that just isn't going to mix up.
Okay.
And I've caught myself having that. I've had that happen several times, and especially when I'm either putting it into a pan or rolling them. There'll be like a pit sticking up there. It's like, okay, there you are.
Pull it out.
Thank heavens. So always check your dates. So we have our walnuts in here. Now it's equal parts walnuts and dates. So I have about 2 cups of pitted dates that I pitted myself.
Okay.
So I know that they're pitted. Well, hopefully they're pitted. I do my best with that, but I did it myself. And I have about, I think about 1/3 to 1/2 a cup of raw cacao powder. It depends on what your taste is. Now, using raw cacao powder, yes, you can use cocoa powder, okay? But raw cacao powder is a little bit more nutritious because it's not as processed.
Oh.
Okay? So you want it, if you want to be a little bit more healthier, try to get yourself some raw cacao powder. It's readily available in a lot of different places. It's not hard to find.
Can you just switch them out so they'll just swap out for like
whatever the amount
to
is.
A tablespoon, and you can just substitute
absolutely,
it.
Absolutely.
Right across the board.
So I prefer using the raw cacao powder because I'm a raw vegan chef, and it's just less processed and it's a little more nutritious. So we've got more nutrition going on. A pinch of Himalayan salt, and I just took a pinch like that. And I'm using for this, and you don't have to, but I like it just a tiny bit sweeter. So I have about 2 tablespoons of coconut palm sugar in here. You do not have to use that, okay? You can make this just using equal parts of nuts and dates, and you can just put as much raw cacao powder as you'd like in there. That's up to you, okay? So I'm just going to kind of add that in there.
And that's it?
That's it.
And then we're going to blend it
and
up
then we're
and
gonna
roll
blend
them
it
up
up
coming up in the next
And we're
half.
going to roll them up, and that's it. That's
we're gonna
it.
Taste them. I
Is
can't
that
wait.
easy, kids? You can do this.
All right. We're going to give everybody the information. 3 ingredients. We're going to roll them up coming up later on in the show. It is Raw Chef Jane. You can find her on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. She's very social, and she also responds, so you can send her a little message, right?
I do my best.
All right, we're back with more of Daytime right after this.